I hope you're ready to talk about some liposuction today, changing life, improving your confidence, getting healthier. That's what we do here at My Shape Lipo. And to make it even more fun and exciting, we are now on TikTok. We've joined Generation Z, and we are now on TikTok creating tons of content, fun stuff. It's different things than we haven't created before. So I think you'll enjoy it. It's very entertaining. It's funny. So jump on TikTok, follow us there. Uh, it's kind of cool because you can create content. So like maybe our previous patients create content, and we can interact with the content and respond to it through videos. It's pretty cool stuff. So check it out. Get on TikTok, follow our page. But if you're looking for huge dramatic changes in your life, this is I'll say older woman because she's over 50. And I wouldn't, I don't really consider that old, but I know some of you do. This is what is possible as you get older. Most people, they say, will gain, 3 to 5 pounds per year. And so you multiply that by decades, and by the time you're in your 50s, that could be an extra 60, 70 pounds that just kind of creeps up on you just a little bit at a time. So as you get older, you might have these problems may become magnified because the fat itself starts to cause health problems like diabetes, heart disease, high blood pressure, high cholesterol. All these things affect you, and you know you'll start to have issues that you didn't necessarily have before. So when you're ready to get some pricing on this, if you're interested in getting liposuction, the first thing is getting your quick quote. The link, I just posted a link on Instagram. We tag that there, and on Facebook, if you go to the post there, it's on in the post, but it's also on our website at myshapelipo.com. It's on YouTube as well. The quick quote is easy, quick and easy. Like while you're watching right now, just jump on that, and you can enter some basic information and answer a few questions, and you can get a fairly accurate quote. Now you got to realize this is kind of generic, so if you have some wants and desires that don't necessarily fit into that little box, then we do have the formal consultations where you send us pictures, and if you have more details, questions, things that you want to ask, you'll actually get to meet with me directly, get my professional opinion, and we'll create a plan of action and get things started for you. What's up, Jessica, Karen Hicks, Kimberly Garcia, Nora, Stephanie, welcome. Stephanie Sly, I recognize that name. Okay, we got a question here on Instagram. Let's see. Okay, what to do? My arms and stomach up front and back. I'm 63 years old and am able to do this. Am I able to do this? Well, I was just talking about that. 63 it's just a number. Age is just a number. So stop, thinking that there's a specific, cutoff for anything in life. There are no age limits to anything in life. Whether you can get a procedure like this is strictly whether you are healthy enough to get this procedure. This was a recent patient. She's actually had 4 different procedures with us. She's 74 years old. She's local here in Vegas. She's come back quite a few times. She comes back for smaller procedures, get things done, just a little bit at a time. And when I told her that some people think, in their 50s is too old for liposuction, it's got a big laugh out of her. And she reiterated with me that age is just a number, and she doesn't feel 74 years old. She's got the health of a much younger individual, but she's been taking care of herself. So, which is why I push so hard now for you to start changing your ways and live a healthier, better lifestyle. Because when you make it to 74, you want to feel like you're younger, right? So if you're acting like you're older, so a lot of my friends, I'm 45 right now, and a lot of my friends are getting to the point where they're gaining weight, they're heavier, they're slowing down their activities, they're just not moving as much, and they feel old. And they say, "Well, I'm too old for that. I can't do that anymore." I'm a soccer player. I used to play soccer in college, so a lot of my soccer buddies that I used to play with, they're like, "Oh, I'm too old to play, and I can't do that." But you know what? Age is just a number, and if you maintain your body, you maintain your mind, you'll be the same as you were when you were a younger age. Uh, it's inevitable that our bodies are going to continue to change. But it's either we change to deteriorate or we change to improve, and the choice is totally yours. Uh, as we know, our bodies naturally break down. Just like as an iron, a piece of iron will rust, our bodies deteriorate and oxidize, which is what the rust is, oxidation. So our cells will also oxidize. However, there are ways for you to slow down the process, so you don't have to age as quick as maybe your parents did. Uh, my relatives, I had my grandfather, my dad, they're both smokers and heavy drinkers, right? So we already know that these chemicals, these toxins like cigarettes and alcohol, they accelerate the aging process. So simply by not smoking cigarettes and decreasing your alcohol consumption, you can slow the aging process. And there's many other things that we talk about on this channel. So, stay tuned. You just got to pay attention because every once in a while I'm dropping diamonds that you got to pick up. So 63-year-old is not that old, Miss Zoraida, and I highly suggest that you go through our quick quote to get in a basic idea of the pricing, and then when you're ready, next step is getting a formal consultation where you meet with me directly, and we can talk about what you want to treat. Now you are asking for a lot of different things, so the arms, the stomach, the back, all these things. It's not likely that we can do everything at once. So we need to break it down into smaller procedures that are safer and easier for you to tolerate and get through. As you age, you certainly don't want to take more risk. So, as we push the limits beyond, what the traditional risk is, it's we can accomplish more, but it also takes the potential of causing more issues. So you just have to realize the level of risk that you're willing to take. Ms. Dina Garcia, Olga Hernandez, Orozco, Yuri Soto, what's up? Brenda. Okay, let's see. Neva, Valerie. Okay, Mrs. Zoraida, call tomorrow. Absolutely. The girls are always there in the office if you guys had questions or concerns, or you ready to move forward. It's just a simple phone call away. You can always, message us through social media, but, all these channels are, acting as our customer service. The fact that I'm on here right now is really what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to connect with you and allow you to see my personality, how I personally explain things based off of my experience. And, I've been doing this for 15, 16 years now, and thousands of these procedures, and I've helped so many people and so many body types, so many problems that I've seen over the years that are just, you might think that they're bizarre when you see them, but I've seen these things time and time again. So I've seen patterns, and there are some things that are less common, but as I see patterns, I'm able to practice and test my different philosophies on how I can improve those specific problems. So it's allowed me to kind of pick and choose different problems throughout the years that I see consistently, and I work to solve those issues. And this is where I'm kind of refining my skills and polishing the results. Because there's some things that, when you're early on in doing these type of procedures, you don't necessarily think about the little details. Like, for example, as you get bigger, you have this fold over right at the crease of your thighs, and it kind of folds over, and you get this fullness, and it runs into the pubic area. And you can see like these individuals where it folds all the way on the sides here. And in order to get rid of that fold over, there's specific techniques, and I need to address the problem, the root of the problem. So it's the understanding what the problem is and how to solve it. And that's what I've been working on for 15, 16 years now, and just refining my skills. And that's the advantage of coming to someone like me versus going to someone that you don't know what they've done because they don't show their results. But it's usually because they just don't have the results. And I'll tell you what, you'll see one picture, but for every one picture, there's probably 150 to 200 people. We simply don't get that many pictures. It's hard when people don't share as much. And now with the social media, it's a bit easier for us to get better photos and follow up. And so that's why we created our private Facebook group, and it allows for you, if you haven't joined the group yet, you got to join and get in there. The private Facebook group, My Shape Lipo Support Group, it allows you to communicate directly with some of these previous patients. A lot of these pictures that we're just drawing directly from the social channels, you'll see the quality of these pictures is poor, but they're real. It's real people. And the fun thing is when you're interested in a procedure like this, you don't know anybody, and you got a lot of questions and very few answers. But when you connect with an actual person who's had the procedure, it allows you to kind of build this level of trust and understanding that this is a real person, not some stupid review that's fake that our competitor put up, or some angry, mean person that put up some negative review. This is a real person, and they're going to tell you that there was parts that sucked about it, and there's parts that were amazing. The results are good, and that this part was bad about it, or there's something they wish would have been better. I mean, this is the kind of stuff that you're going to get. It's not all roses and sunflowers. It's it's the real deal. So when you talk to real people, you're going to get real results, real opinions, and it helps you to make that decision. And this is a big decision, right? It's money, it's your body, it's your mind, it's the way that you approach your life. Some people say that cosmetic surgery, it's a waste of time. It's do it natural, but many of you have already tried natural through diet and exercise, but you haven't gotten the results that you were looking for. So liposuction can take you to this new level that you won't be able to achieve on your own. You will not be able to get this. You see how these smaller individuals, like they're lean already, but they don't have an hourglass figure. It makes a big difference just to suck the fat off. And you can lose the fat through diet and exercise, but typically what happens is you just create a smaller version of what you are. So if you filled in that waistline and you're very square and shaped, you can get smaller, but you're just going to be a smaller square. And that's okay if that's what you want, but if you really want these accentuated curves and curves that you may not be able to achieve with your body naturally, then liposuction is an option. And most people don't realize that this is even possible. So you might have this big belly and you're like, oh, I tried diet, I tried exercise, my doctor told me that I need to get this weight loss surgery, because that's the only options they're giving larger individuals. In fact, we were just responding to a post on TikTok, and that the plastic surgeon said they wouldn't accept anybody over a BMI of 32, and that's like entry level for us. We help very large individuals. She was in her 40s. Her BMI is above a 40. So we help very large individuals, and my thought process is like, man, I suck fat for a living. How am I going to tell somebody you got too much fat? Like, that just doesn't make sense. That's what I do for a living. That's how I make my money. That's how I pay my bills and support my family, is sucking fat out of people. So if you got more of it, that's more for me to do, right? That's a repeat customer. But the cool thing is look at these dramatic results that I've been able to achieve with these larger individuals. This is what it's all about. I don't do this because I make a ton of money. It's because these people's lives are changing. And when you change their lives, it's like the ripple effect. When you throw a rock into the water and it hits and there's a big splash. So you got a big splash, then this ripple. This ripple is when the mindset changes, when people start living a healthier lifestyle and they realize that they can change and they can improve their body. And when they realize that, that's infectious. It affects and influences all the people around you, because when you start advancing and growing yourself, people are like, what is she doing? I want some of that. And then you influence them to change their life and do better. And you'll find that when the more that you set a positive example, the more people around you, and it's going to be random people that see you and they're going to be inspired, and they may not even tell you until later when they say, hey, I saw you when you did this, and this inspired me to just that's it. I was done dragging my feet, and I was inspired to change my life, and you were the one that did it. And to me, when one of my patients gets told that, that's the ripple effect. This is how we pay it forward and help to change the world. And the more people that we're able to help beyond me, it's like multiplying. And so when we talk about, I'm just doing one patient at a time. But if you can multiply that effect, because each person has the potential to help all their surrounding family and friends. And if they're able to change the lives of one or two of those people then have the potential to help, 15, 20, 30 more people. And the potential will then increase exponentially as we get further away from the initial ground zero, so the procedure day. And the procedure day changes your body, and it changes your mentality, your mindset, but your happiness and joy is like that energy that just diffuses out from you. And as that diffuses out from you, it affects all those around you, and as it affects them, it inspires and motivates them. They're like, I want to diet, I want to look like you, I want to feel better about myself. And they're inspired by you. And as you inspire and help other people, it's rewarding, it's gratifying. You're gonna love your life. It's so much fun to have a positive impact on the world around you, because as I'm putting positive into the world, trying to do more, it gets reflected back, and I see more of these awesome results. Amazing people are posting and sharing their journeys, and it's all happening live in our private Facebook group, where the patients are actually sharing their journey, and it's an ongoing process. It's every day we're getting new posts, new people sharing, new people telling their story, talking about their journey, sharing and helping the new individuals who are coming into the channel who may have questions or concerns. See, Terry Carter says, do you accept insurance? I'll accept it if it'll pay, but insurance I've been doing this for 15, 16 years, and it's never paid. And I've had one person that you may be able to get reimbursed. That might be possible. I never like to say anything's impossible, but I'll tell you what, insurance doesn't want to pay for liposuction unless you have to prove to them that it's a health benefit. And so in order to prove to them that it's a health benefit, it's a long process. You have to document things with your primary care doctor, showing that you've tried various things and failed. And they may reimburse, maybe. But you got to do the work. I just need to get paid. I don't care if the insurance pays me or you pay me first and the insurance reimburses you. But either way, I just got to get paid to do my work, and then we keep on moving. And if you can get reimbursement, that'd be awesome. What's up, Rena, Charlena, Yesenia, Mary? Welcome to my channel. Angela Rodriguez, Kathy Reyes, Mary, Millie. To any of you that are Spanish speakers, I'm sorry that I'm not fluent in Spanish. I'm working on it. But we do have Spanish speakers at our office, so we can help to translate, help you out however we can. We don't discriminate. Fat is fat. Doesn't matter, male, female. Doesn't matter what color you are. I've dealt with everything. I've dealt with every shape. It's highly unlikely you're going to have something that's weird that I haven't seen before. Do we take care credit for La Shorty? We do not take care credit. They charge some obscene fees and things of that nature. But we do have UMC Financing. It's a finance company that finances medical. But look at this weird stuff that we see, right? This is not common. And typically people that get to this point, they're covering up so much. Nobody ever sees this. So women like this, they tell me that they don't even take off their clothes for their spouse. So I'm in some cases, which is kind of bizarre for me to think about, but in some cases I'm the only person to have seen these people naked for perhaps decades. And it's a shame when you think about it, right? These people are restricting themselves because they're embarrassed and they're insecure about the physical nature of their body. And it affects their psychological nature, and it affects all the things that they're doing on a daily basis because of their insecurities. And it simply doesn't have to be that way. You can see from this is during the procedure. She's laying on the table still. And you can see the dramatic change in just simply removing the volume of fat in that waist there. Now, since this is on the table, all that skin and connective tissue is broken up, which is why the skin is allowed to fold that way. It's broken up because the liposuction instrumentation broke up all the connective tissue. So since the volume and density of the fat there is significantly smaller, the skin will fold. In many cases, as it heals, the body forms scar tissue, and a lot of times these folds will go away. You can never really tell exactly what's going to happen. Liposuction doesn't cause or stop these folds. This is naturally what your body does. Just like when you fold your hand, it's going to fold and crease and wherever it does. When you sit down, your belly is going to fold and crease wherever it does. Same thing with the lower back. All this stuff, it happens. It is what it is. Stop getting upset about it or thinking like, oh my gosh, it's just different. It's different than what you were before. I gotta say, when I had liposuction, because I was fuller, it folded at the bottom, but it never really folded in between because I was, filled in here. And after liposuction, since I cleared out all the fat and we had, significantly less volume there, the density of the fat was such that the skin just folded in multiple places. And at first I was like, oh my gosh, this is weird. I got 3 folds on my belly. Then I realized well, it's because you don't have the volume that you had before, and the skin is allowed to fold. It's allowed to fold because there's less dense tissue underneath there. So it is what it is. It's nature. It is. Don't get upset about the things that you can't control. Just if you can control these things, then you do something about it. Clearly the things that you can control, your diet, all the things that go in your mouth, you have the free will to say no. I know it seems like those what are they called? Those cravings. It feels like you have no control and you crave and you have to have it, but that's not true. You always have a choice, and that's where the superpower comes, is when you're able to make those choices right at the moment. Okay. How do you feel about lipo without a tummy tuck? Kasha. Well, that's all we do. None of these pictures, and nobody has a tummy tuck. Not necessarily true. I do treat people who get a tummy tuck and then come in for liposuction, but no tummy tuck. None of my patients, I don't do tummy tucks, so it's not something that I would recommend. Now, I'm not saying it's bad or that you shouldn't do it, because it's a choice. It's your choice, and there's good and bad consequences to everything that you do, so you just have to understand the pros and the cons of your choices and then try to make the right choice. So I'm here to try to help you make a better choice and show you that what is possible. You don't have to get a tummy tuck. When you go to plastic surgeons, they tell you that you have to, and they don't give you a choice. But what I'm telling you is you have options. You always have a choice. You don't have to get tummy tuck. Hell, you don't have to get liposuction if you don't want to. You can stay just the way you are. But if you're ready to change, then there are options for you. You don't have to get a tummy tuck. The skin always retracts back. Even on these very large individuals, belly's hanging over 6-7 inches below the pubic area. I mean, so much that it covers up the underwear. A lot of people think because the plastic surgeon tells them, you don't want to have an empty sack of skin hanging there, do you? And the patient's like, oh no, I don't want an empty sack of skin. Okay, then you need a tummy tuck. We need to cut that skin away. And you're like, oh shit, I don't want to cut the skin away, big scar. It sucks. And the truth is like, you don't need a tummy tuck. You don't have to. You don't have to. It's a choice. If you want to, you do it. If you don't want to, liposuction is a great option. Now, let's say you get liposuction and afterwards you're like, oh, my skin's loose, I don't like it. And that's not a big deal. After it, you can go get the skin cut away and it's way easier. You don't have all that fat to deal with, and you already got your curves. The fat's gone. So it's way easier if you do choose to get the skin cut again. It's easier to do after the liposuction. So that's my recommendations. Get the liposuction first, and if you desire a tummy tuck, then get a tummy tuck. I'd say 95 to 98% of our patients don't get a tummy tuck afterwards. So it's very rare. So give it a shot. Okay, Kasha says, how many pounds of fat are you allowed to take out? It's not like there's no law. It's guidelines. So it's recommendations, and I've been doing this a long time. So we push the limits, and there's recommendations to take out a certain amount of fat. However, if you look at the studies and you do a little bit more research, it's not a specific number. It's certainly not a specific weight or a specific volume for everybody. But rather, it's more of a percentage of your body fat that we can remove. So what I mean by that is a larger individual, say you weigh 200 pounds. If we took out, let's say 5% of your body weight and you're 200 pounds, 5% would be 10 pounds. Uh, in comparison, if you are 100 pounds and I took out 5%, that would be 5 pounds. So it's different based off of the weight. And similarly, the amount of numbing fluid that we can utilize to extract the fat while keeping you numb, that is based off of your weight as well. So the larger you are, the more numbing fluid we can safely use. So that's why when we have these larger individuals, we can take out an exceedingly large amount of fat to get these big dramatic changes. This stuff's possible, when people tell you it's not, then you're just going to the wrong place. They're telling you, they're speaking based off of their experience, and if they don't know how to do these things, then they're going to tell you it's not possible. But I can tell you I do this every day, and it's not only is it possible, we get these results consistently. But again, don't trust me. Go talk to the people on our private Facebook page. They're the ones that know. They're the ones that can share this information with you. This is, real information from their mouths. What's up, Gina, Alma Diaz, Marie? What's up, Rana Valona? I know that's not your real name, but what's going on? I know you're on the group. I hope everything's going well with you. Mary G, Reyes, Kathy, Yesenia Sandoval. Yesenia, I need this. Well, it's time. It's time to get it. And yes, we do have this summer special. It's 15% off. That's why you see this right behind me, 15% off. Summer special, 15% off. If you are looking to get this procedure, this is the time to get it. This is your opportunity. You got to get this. You got to get in there and just start doing things. They say the Chinese proverb, 1,000-mile race, it starts with the first step. And that's what you got to think. You don't have to do everything all at once. You don't have to have a plan to finish the entire race. Don't think like that. You got to think about what's the next step for you. And maybe you're still at the step where you're not sure what you want to do and you got to do more research. So your next step is doing more research. Maybe it's getting on the Facebook group to talk with those people. Now, maybe you're ready. Maybe you're I'm so sick and tired of this shit and living with this fat and restrictions and health issues. I'm so sick of it and I want to have a better life. Well, if you're ready for it, the next step is your formal consultation. Every person who wants to get liposuction at MyShape Lipo requires a formal consultation. You got to pay for it, but it's part of the process, and you're paying for my opinion, and you need my opinion before we do the liposuction. So, if you're not serious, then you won't want to pay, right? But if you're serious, it's just one step in the process. Now, if you're just looking for pricing, just go get the quick quote. We made this quick and easy. You don't have to call anybody. Just click on the quick quote button. It's up in the post for Facebook. It's pinned here on Instagram. Just go click on there. You can get your pricing right now, and then when you're serious, ready to move forward, that's the formal consultation. Okay. Terry Carter. Okay, what's the number? I'll try financing. I don't know what that means. The phone number, you can go check it out. It's on our profile here on Facebook, or you can go to our website, myshapelipo.com. Or maybe one of our people will type it in there on Instagram for you. On Facebook. What's up, Rosemarie? She says, how long is the downtime? So this is something that is kind of like a loaded question. Everybody's a little bit different. I've kept statistics on this, and statistically speaking, about 82% of my patients say they can get back to their sedentary type work within 3 to 4 days following the procedure. And about 78% of our patients said that they were able to get back to a light gym workout within 2 weeks. Now, clearly that leaves room for those other people that take longer. So it's typically people do fairly well after this procedure. The first couple days afterwards, you're gonna be sore, you're gonna be swollen, it gets really messy, you're gonna be draining some of that fluid that we put in there to get you numb. So it's kind of messy, but it's definitely tolerable. And you're up walking around immediately. And we want to encourage that, and that's what makes this procedure significantly safer than some of the other procedures where you have to be laid up in bed for an extended period of time. Getting up and moving around makes it way easier for you. You'll actually start to feel better. But that's the first couple days are the worst. After that, you start to feel better, and each day is a little bit better after that. But you can get back to things fairly quickly. It just depends on what your tolerance level and how hard you're looking to push. What's up, Elsa Sandoval, Kevin, Nikki, Romo? What's going on? Clarissa Salsa. We do have Spanish speakers at the office, so I don't want you to think that we're not helping you out. Okay, did I miss the part where you said you can take more than 2 liters out in one session? Rosemarie, please look at some of these pictures. These are way more than 2 liters of fat. Way more. I mean, imagine like 2 liters is like a 2-liter bottle of soda, right? She's got quite a few of those. And look, I create the size of the procedure where I can maximize the amount of fat. So I'm not going to offer you a procedure where I'm going to cut things short. I'm never going to be like in the middle of the procedure like we hit our limit. I'm sorry, we got to stop. I don't do that. We push all the way through the end. Unless you're not tolerating things well. That's the only thing that really slows me down or stops me from doing things is if you're not tolerating things well and you don't want to move forward. But if you push, we can get these results. You just gotta allow me to do my thing and the magic happens. Okay, why do a lot of doctors say that? Well, this is a very, very physical, difficult, challenging procedure to do, and that's why you see these 2 guns right here. This is what it's a lot of action, a lot of movement, and it's hard work. And a lot of doctors they don't care to work that hard. That's why they're going to tell you need to be under a certain BMI because they just don't want to work that hard. It is very, very hard, and you'll see when I work, I'm sweating, and when I track this stuff, I track it on the Whoop, and cardiovascular workout is it's almost like I'm running a marathon every day when I do these procedures. It's literally my heart rate is up and elevated for 8 hours straight, and the work I'm putting in is it'll blow your mind. And when you come here, you'll see I'm a machine. I've been doing this stuff a long time. I'm an endurance athlete. I train for this stuff on purpose. I work my ass off outside of the OR so I can come in and do this stuff for you. And I'm always at my prime. When people say, "Well, don't you get tired?" No, I get warmed up. The first couple of procedures of the day that's just my warm up. I'm getting ready, and I'm prepared. I prepared myself mentally and I prepared myself physically so I can do this. I can do this in my sleep. It's so easy for me. And these other doctors are like, "Oh, I can only take out 2 liters," but they're wusses. That's it. I mean, that's basically what it is because they just don't want to work. And I'll tell you, in most cases, what you'll find out is that doctors they'll only tell you what's based on their experience, and that makes sense, right? If they don't know they can do this, they would never promise you that. I didn't promise people that when I wasn't confident that I could do this, but I'm confident that I can make that fold go away, so I'm saying it. And I'm saying it happens consistently, very consistently, because I've done it a lot, and the results are there. And again, I keep saying these things, but you don't have to trust me. Go talk to our patients. And you can do that on the private Facebook group. Okay, there, Kat from My Shape is on now, and she speaks Spanish. So any of you Spanish speakers, if you have questions, you can type them in now on Facebook, and she will answer them. Okay, Pita Wita, 32. Do you give anxiety medication prior to the procedure? I have it available if you want it. Anxiety medication is it's kind of deceptive. All it does is make you drowsy, nauseous, lightheaded, dizzy. The anxiety medication Xanax is what we use, and Xanax is one of those things that makes you like a zombie. And honestly, my experience with it is it doesn't necessarily stop your anxiety or help it for that matter, but rather what it does is it inflates whatever you are. It's kind of like when you drink, and if you're an anxious person, nervous person, it inflates that. If you are an angry person, a sad person, it inflates that. If you're a happy person, it makes you more like joyous, like, "Hey, what's up, everyone?" Just like if you had a few drinks. it's available if you want it. I personally don't like utilizing it. I don't think it really makes any difference. It certainly doesn't stop any pain. It certainly doesn't stop any anxiety. It's just to get you stoned. You know, and if you're looking to get stoned for the procedure, then you'll ask for that. I think medical marijuana is probably a better, safer bet, less side effects. So those of you that are interested in pricing, right now it's so easy. You can get the pricing on Instagram. You can click there on the quick quote, or I think you might have to copy and paste the link. Facebook, we have the link up in the post. On YouTube, it's also there in the comments. The quick quote is super easy. You're just going to put some basic information, and based off of your BMI, your height and weight, we're going to offer you recommendations on what we can treat for someone your size, and also safety protocol to keep things within a certain recommendations to ensure that we can do the procedures on the larger individuals or smaller individuals. But it's all based off the BMI. Rebecca, no joke, it is quite a physical event. I think I've made this look easy for people because I'm telling you, I'm like a machine. I purposely trained my body to do it, and this is it's a lot of repetitive motion, and I have made myself ambidextrous, so I use both hands, and what that has done is it allows me to work from one side with my right arm, and then as soon as my right arm gets tired, I can just switch and start doing it with my left arm, and so I can continue going nonstop. That's the magic. This is why I've been able to do this procedure significantly faster than every other doctor that I've talked to. Most of these guys are taking 4 or 5 hours for these larger volume liposuction procedures, and I do it in an hour to an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. Some of the bigger procedures, and it's not that I'm like running through this stuff. It's just it's nonstop, and when you have limitations, I've done this so many times. It's just like I hit a wall, I just turn and go a different direction, and that constant keep going is what allows it to be done faster. And the magic to doing this faster is you have significantly less side effects after the procedure. Significantly. The longer you're on the table, the worse the side effects are. More lightheadedness, more dizziness, more fainting, problems. The longer you're on the table, the more the problems. So you want to get this done as quick as possible. And plus, if you're sitting there awake, you're like, when is this going to be over? And if 4 or 5 hours is a total nightmare, we want to get it done quick. So I work my ass off so you can do this, and mentally you got to realize it's possible. You can do this, and it's not going to be as long as you think. Johnny Espinoza. Okay, I got a quote. Big belly, super interested. Can I make an appointment as early as about 3 weeks from now? I should be fine to go back to work in a week. Don't want to take too much time off. So Johnny, absolutely call our office. Kat, maybe you can connect with her right now. Johnny, you're gonna sign up for the formal consultation. As soon as you sign up for that, I'm gonna get that done for you fairly quickly. Like I said, I work like a machine. I'm nonstop. I'm the business owner, so I'm not a 9-to-5er. I'm working 24/7 on this. You'll see me commenting on the social media channels and responding, and I'm constant, nonstop, always going. And honestly, I feel like when I slow down, it's too slow for me. I like things fast. Even when I read books, I listen to books. I listen to them at 2 times the speed because my brain is just, I'm going 1,000 miles per hour, and I can't stop because this is what I've asked of myself. I've asked of my body to keep going faster, stronger, longer, and what do you know? It's responded. And all the lessons that I've learned from educating myself and understanding my own body is what I share with you. And I'm living an example so you can see what happens when you do the things that I'm suggesting. The simple foundational habits that I suggest is, drinking plenty of water. You got to move. Movement. And it's either move it or lose it. And so you got to think about that with every aspect of your body. If you're not using your joints, eventually you're going to wear out and go away. Your body is like this, is where it says, well, if we don't need it, we'll cut it off. right? If you don't use your mind, it'll start to cut things down and decrease. It only uses the energy on things that you want to use the energy on. Make sense? Your body will only use your energy on things you want to use the energy. Everybody, like when you wake up in the morning, you automatically get this natural, universal, energetic flow of God or energy, whatever you want to call it. It's coming through. We all get this energy. It's flowing through us. The question is, how do you want to direct that energy? You want to direct it doing positive, or do you want to direct it doing negative, or do you want to not do shit and just let the energy flow out of you? And that's the choices we get. This is the free will. And some people choose to be mean, angry, and rude, but that's their choice, right? They have the same energy as a person that uses that same energy to be happy, joyful, loving. It's the same energy. Same joy, love, anger, fear. It's just two opposite spectrums of the same scale. And the choice is ours. Is where do you want to fall on that scale? Every day you get a choice. You wake up and say, I get all this energy. What am I going to do with it? And some people are like, I'm going to sit here. I'm tired. I don't have enough energy. Well, get up and move, and eventually your body's going to be like, all right, we need to produce more energy. And at first you're going to be too tired. I mean, this is difficult. This is challenging. I don't believe I can do this. I'm too tired. And so you'll stop. Okay, but you got to push yourself a little bit further, and each time you can push yourself a little bit further. Perfect example. Go out for a walk, walk around the block if that's the most you can do. Do the most that you can do where you feel comfortable. And then the next day, just do a little bit further. If you can do a little, just a little bit further each day, next thing you know, you're walking a mile. Next thing you know, you're walking 5 miles. For me personally, I have to walk at least 5 miles every day. It's just, if I don't do it, I feel antsy. I feel like I won't be able to sleep at night because this energy is pent up in me and I got to get rid of it. Okay, Angel says, hi, I did my quote. In response, I received an email from Jotform asking me to subscribe. I have to do it. No, Jotform, no, you don't have to subscribe to Jotform. Jotform is it's the technology that we use. That form that you have, that was a Jotform. So somehow I guess they're marketing to you and they're encouraging you to join Jotform. You don't have to do that though. We're not Jotform. We don't have anything to do with them. I'm not encouraging that. Johnny Espinoza. Beauty by Mary. Jacqueline. Jessica, 83. So I see, 83. We got some younger people on here. That's good. Any of you who are on TikTok, I've been like a content machine for creating content for TikTok. We got enough content for the next month coming up. So we've created some really funny stuff. It's different than what we've been doing. It's more amusement, entertaining. While you're gonna get some of you're getting answering questions, informing, educating. But there's some funny stuff too. You also get some of our employees. You get to see what our office looks like, and the personality of our employees. Just get to know us a little bit. When you make a big choice like this, you want to make sure that the people that you're working with are on the same page as you. They're, it's like we all connect at the same level. We're on the same frequency, and I'm looking for the people that are on the same frequency as me, and that they're looking to change their lives. Because I'll tell you what, I've been doing this for a long time, and I've seen the people that succeed, and I've seen people that don't succeed. And after you get this procedure, it's possible to get these, and it's possible to get them very quickly with the techniques that I use. However, if you don't maintain and change your lifestyle, then you just get bigger. And when you get bigger, those insecurities that you were trying to get rid of, they just come right back. In fact, I have this patient now that she had the procedure 2 years ago, and she gained 25 pounds after the procedure, and she's all upset, and blaming it on me that it was my fault that she gained the weight. And look, first of all, there are no problems that you have that exist outside of you. The problems is all in your head and how you perceive things. Like you're being fat or whatever your issue is, it's not good, it's not bad, it just is. But when you think about it, If you think it's bad, it has now become bad because the brain, is a purpose making machine. So it gives meaning to everything in your life, because the truth is that there is no meaning to any of this stuff. This is a TV. It doesn't mean anything. If I'd say this thing changed my life, I got to see all these amazing, then now it means something. But otherwise, it's plastic and glass and diodes or whatever it is. But it's nothing. Everything in your life is you give meaning to it, and you'll see this where here in Vegas we have these giant pools. Everybody goes out to the pool and hangs out by the pool all day, and when you look around, there are many very large women and men, for that matter, that are wearing bikinis. Small things, and their fats all over the place, and to them, they're hot shit. And to them, it's like they feel good about themselves. They're confident and they're ready to move forward with their lives, and they don't give a shit what any of the people looking at them care. They don't care about what anyone says. So to them, it doesn't matter. And you can be the same way, because what other people think, who cares? Especially the people you're not going to ever see again. You come to Vegas, you're never going to see any of the people around us. Who cares, right? And the truth is most of the places you go, you're never going to see the people again. So why are you so worried about what other people think? You got to stop worrying about that stuff and stop giving meaning to things that don't have meaning. Because most people, they make themselves feel bad and are doing it on purpose. And it's happening at a subconscious level, but they just want to focus on negative things, and so you start thinking negative, right? You get with your friends, you start complaining about this, complaining about that. You got to drop complaining. Stop that crap. Stop focusing on negative stuff, because when you focus on negative stuff, you get whatever you focus on. Where the focus goes, the energy flows. So if you're focusing on something, your energy is going to flow that direction. If you're focused on being lean and being happy and living your best life, you're going to eventually get there. You have to focus on it, though, because when you start focusing, you start doing the things that are necessary. Whether that's getting liposuction, whether that's eating a healthier diet, drinking more water, whatever it is for you. When you start thinking in a positive way, you'll start moving, because your energy will start flowing in that direction. 15% off when you guys are ready. Time is now. In order to take advantage of this 15% off, you have to place your deposit by the end of this month and get the procedure by the end of next month. Summer is here. It's already hot. So you got to get these changes if you want to get your bikini ready by the end of the summer. And cool thing, you see like Audra here. She's really transformed her life, and you see from the before pictures that she had this SpongeBob SquarePants, this frumpy look to her, and I mean even her face before it's like it goes along with the body, and she almost, when you see these individuals before pictures, it's almost like you can see the belief in their face. Like they don't believe that they're hot. They don't believe that they're sexy. But then afterwards, look, she's got this head tilt, and she's got this swagger about her, and it's not just her. And this is the really cool thing that I started noticing about this is after this procedure, this is common. It's really common, but the individual has to elevate themselves. And a lot of this happens by the people around you, because the people around you start looking at you differently. And so in your mind, when you see yourself differently and the people start treating yourself differently, your mind is about saying, whoa, I am different. And then you start acting differently. And as you act differently, it becomes real. So this is controlling your reality. Rebecca here, you see how full she was. And I know that, when she sees these pictures of herself, she's like, I can't believe I was that big. And it is. And when, now she's about 2 years post her procedure. And I know that, it's hard to remember the limitations that you had. It's hard to remember those restrictions or how hard your life was, because now that life is not that hard for you, now that life is easier, now that you're able to wear the clothes that you want to wear and do the things that you want to do, it's hard to remember. But that's why I think it's so important to share your journey along the way, because these small little lessons that you're learning are super important for those individuals that they struggle with a lot of different challenges in their life. And to see others who have advanced and grown beyond their challenges and are able to do the things that they want to do in their life, this is what you want, right? And so to see positive examples is powerful. It allows your mind to realize that it is possible to change, and it is possible to be whatever you want to be. So you have to start taking steps in that direction. And all creation starts in the mind. So that it starts with the thoughts. If you start thinking that you want to create a new body, create a new lifestyle, it starts in the mind. You have to come up with the idea and develop that idea. And as you think about it, the more that you think about it, it encumbers your mind, it covers your thoughts. And eventually the thoughts become manifest, and they start coming out through you by your actions. And so it's taking actions. As you take actions, you can start to manifest your thoughts. This is all creation. If you are an artist and you're painting, you start with a blank canvas. Start with a blank canvas. And then in the canvas, you start to see it's blank. And then in your mind, you have to think of what you want to create. And as you think of what you want to create, you paint it on the canvas. It's the same thing with manifesting your life. You have to first imagine what you want. If you don't know what you want, it's like shooting an arrow at there's no target. It's like leaving in your car and you don't know where you're going. That's where goal setting comes in. When you have goals, when you have things that you want, desires, and as you solidify and you get more detailed in your mind, you will then start to, just like the painting, you'll start painting and start manifesting and creating this life that you want. And it's one brush stroke at a time. Liposuction is just one step. Okay, your dietary changes, your exercise changes, your detoxing. All these things are important, but it's just one step at a time. And you don't have to get everything all at once. Take it one step at a time. Get the procedure. Start drinking more water. Change your lifestyle. Change your habits. Do the things on a daily basis that are going to advance you, and eliminate the things that are tearing you down. It's a slow process. Now, it can be done faster. You have to take action faster. It's like when you're in your car, if you're going 20 miles per hour, it'll take you a full hour to get 20 miles. But that same 20 miles, if you go 60 miles per hour, you can get there 3 times faster. So that 20 miles, you can get there in 20 minutes. And it's just acceleration. So think about accelerating your life. What can you do and do it faster? You want to get these results. Liposuction is going to accelerate you a lot faster. It'll get you further down the road. All your lifestyle habits. You can do things slowly, or you can do things rapidly. It depends what your potential is. It depends what your desires are, what you want to achieve with your life. You just have to set goals. And as you set goals, now you have a target to aim at. Right? And you may not necessarily get there as fast as you want to, but what I believe and what I've done with my life is I set these goals like moonshot. Like they're so far beyond what I think is really possible, that when I fall short of these huge dreams, when I fall short of them, I'm still way above everyone else. So if I'm trying to get to the moon and I only get into orbit, that's cool, right? I'm still way up there, and this is the way you got to think about this stuff. Set your goals high and believe that you can do it. And as you start thinking more about these things, it starts to solidify and crystallize the idea, and as it crystallizes, it becomes reality through your manifestations, through the actions that you take. Fun stuff. Law of attraction. You guys, if you're interested in some of these terms that I speak about, I highly suggest you go search them in books. Search for books on these topics and learn more about them, like the law of attraction. There's a bunch of books on it right now, and this is stuff, The Secret. It's all about the law of attraction, but there's lots of other books about it, and you should read all of them. So the way that I do things is that when I hear something that is interesting to me, it's also when someone else highlights it, and to them they say it's important, and to me, I'm like, at the time I'm like, oh, this doesn't seem that important, but to them it's important, and I value their opinion, so I'm just going to go search this and see what kind of information they have on it and do a little research, and the next thing you know, it's like going further and further down this rabbit hole, getting more information. Now the key is once you are able to harvest the information from the books, now you have the intelligence, the knowledge. Knowledge is nothing unless you put it into action. So once you know how to achieve, getting rid of your belly, then you need to put that knowledge into action, or else it doesn't benefit you. And to take that even further is once you know how to accomplish and get over your challenges in life, and once you have gotten over your challenges, it behooves you to share it with other people, because as you share it with other people, it solidifies it in you. When I was in school, they used to tell us you have to see one, do one, teach one, and this is for all the things that we do. So like, let's say we're putting in an IV, so you have to see someone do it yourself, and then you need to teach someone else, and that is a learning process. So when I see it visually, I can see it, and I'm like, okay, I think I can do that. So then I get the idea in my mind, I solidify and crystallize the idea, and then I manifest by taking action. I do the action, I actually do it, and so once I've done it, I prove to myself, well, I can do that. Okay, now once I've done it, then I start to figure out, well, how did I do that? And I turn around and I teach somebody else how I did it. And if I teach them how I did it, it further solidifies and crystallizes the idea in the mind, which then makes it reality. Cool stuff. Cool stuff. So Kat just posted the jot form for, I think that is the paid consultation, formal consultation. La Marlene, Emily, Milan, Angie, Dahlia, Francilis, welcome, welcome, welcome. Madeline, Sierra. All right, we're gonna end this soon, but Tara on YouTube has questions. Can I use this to really cure lipedema? I'm about to go get my gastric sleeve revised to bypass. So first of all, Tara, any of your weight loss procedures, it's not necessary to be done before liposuction, so you can do that. You do liposuction now. Now, as far as lymphedema, there's been plenty of studies on it, so you should go do a little bit of research on this. Don't take my word for it. The stuff that from my understanding, is that liposuction, when used for lipedema, is about a 50-50 shot. It can cure it, get rid of it in about 50% of the time. And about 50% of the time, it comes back. So if you're struggling with lipedema and it's something that affects your life, and you're ready to do something, you got to take massive action to change, or else nothing's going to change. So liposuction is massive action, and we can get you these changes pretty quickly. I just saw some other results recently from some of my colleagues doing lymphedema. Over the years, I've done a couple of, quite a few patients with lipedema. Unfortunately, I haven't had any people that come back. So they get this procedure and they just, they go on their merry way. But I can tell you, we can get results. Absolutely. Yeah, so Kat's, she's posting the formal consultation link on Facebook. So this is when you're ready. When you're ready to change your life, the next step is getting that formal consultation. That's where you can send some pictures to me, and we'll discuss your plan and figure out how we're going to make things work for your body. All right, well, let me sum up everything. We got this 15% off special going on right now. The deal is you need to place your deposit by the end of this month and get your procedure by the end of next month. So this is a limited time offer. Take advantage of it before it's over. Those of you who you're already planning on getting the procedure. Maybe you were thinking further out down the road. Well, this is going to save you quite a bit of money, so it makes sense to get things now. And sometimes you just need a little push, right? A little push to, get off the bench, get off the sideline, and just start taking action in your life, because people that take action are the ones that get whatever you want. You can have anything you want. You just need to start taking action and move towards it. And don't expect things to come immediately. Sometimes it does, but be patient. It's, especially with this process of life transformation, it's a long, drawn out process, but it's worth it. And as long as you have this steady improvement, you're gonna feel good about yourself. That's the key. It's the never-ending improvement. And if you can constantly improve, every time with a little improvement, you're gonna feel better about yourself. A little more improvement, you feel a little bit better. You just gotta keep getting better. Once you've gotten the quick quote is where you get the pricing. And then when you're serious, the formal consultation. That's the next step. That's the I'm ready to go. I'm sick and tired of the shit. That's when you're ready for that. Get your formal consultation. That's how we're gonna get you changed. So thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna be busy this weekend. I'm going whitewater rafting up in Sacramento area. Super fun. Hope you guys have a great weekend, and I will see you back here next week, and we're gonna be sucking some more fat out of people. All right, thanks for watching. See you next time.